Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing okay. I am not sure what I'm doing this week. I feel like I say that every week, but again. I have been packing the ghost cards for the UK orders from a couple of weeks ago now. The stickers printed a bit wrong when they were manufactured, so I'm waiting for those to be replaced. So we're behind, obviously. The worst thing is that I ordered everything in advance this time because I wanted to be like really on the ball. I didn't want to be behind again. I didn't want it to take so long, but I might as well not have bothered because everything got delayed anyway, so it's just kind of, I'm not thinking about it. I have packed all of the ghost cards up apart from the leftovers. I might finish putting these away just so that they're in packs and they're safe, but I packed 90 yesterday, 90 packs. Took me a couple of hours. But yeah, I've done all I can, I guess, is the point. So I kind of just have to wait now, which is really annoying because now the orders have already been waiting over a week, I guess, since they like haven't been processed, and it just sucks, you know? Anyway, I can't control that today, so I don't know what I'm doing. Wednesday is at daycare today and my dad is at work in London. They picked Wednesday up for daycare quite early this morning, I think like 45 minutes earlier than normal. I was really startled when the door went, and I'm not gonna lie, I went back to sleep. They picked her up at like 7:30, 8 o'clock. It was early, so I just went back to sleep. And then I woke up at like 11 o'clock, which is like, it was surprising, I guess. Like, I'm not 17 anymore, but I woke up at 11 o'clock and I was like, oh. But then I was thinking about it and I was thinking about how tired I've been this week. I had a really bad day on Monday, probably the worst day I've had in a while. I just kind of did a lot of crying. Like, I don't even know why. I just did not feel so good. So I just kind of was like, well, your body probably needed the sleep, huh? Like, I don't know, as a disabled person who is always very overwhelmed, who always has a lot going on and is always taking in sensory stuff they can't cope with, and with chronic migraines and intermittent insomnia, I guess intuitive sleeping is kind of how it has to be. Intuitive sleeping, like it's a health craze, but like, do you know what I mean? Like, I think if your body needs the rest, then you should just have it and not feel bad about it. I know I talk like that a lot, like I don't tend to feel bad about my health stuff. I've been coping with it all a long time at this point. And it's all the reason that I'm self-employed, so there's no point feeling bad about it when I literally built my life to accommodate it. So anyway, I slept for a long time this morning and I think maybe I feel a bit better. The downside of disability and chronic health issues are that you don't often feel like better, you just feel slightly better. It's not really noticeable, it's just like I want to die slightly less now that I've taken a nap. So anyway, just wanted to talk about that. I know a lot of you watching are either autistic or disabled or have chronic health issues, so there you go. There's my little bit of real this week. Obviously I did quite a lot yesterday, which was nice, especially after Monday was so bad. Today I'm not sure what I'm doing, because I do feel a bit lost. I was thinking about maybe doing some notebook stuff, some Filofax stuff. I still can't work out what I want to call this, because Filofax is obviously just a brand. But like ring binder just sounds like I'm going to high school, and I didn't even really have ring binders in high school, so I don't know what to call it. I am still really enjoying it, like I said last week. It's a lot of fun for me. I have filled in a lot of pages. This is from today, my big coffee. Yesterday I made these little library cards for book reviews. These are the envelopes I used to pack stickers for my shop. And I made these little library cards. Previously I had made... Where's it gone? I literally just took it out of my book. Oh. I made this one, but I don't know if I like it, so I redid it. I made just the card, basically. Instead of the whole pocket, I made just the card. I don't know if I like this. Like, what are you gonna do? You have 10 of them? So I made these little ones instead, and I started doing different designs on them. And then I thought they could all go in the envelope, the glassine envelope, and I think it looks kind of cool. So they're just little book reviews. I think what I might do is on the back, I might stick a picture of the book cover. But I'm not sure. So there we go. I don't know why I made those, but I made them. Did that yesterday morning, I think. I think they're cute. I just think it's kind of a nice way to review books, I guess, and to keep that information rather than having like just a page of words or something, or I don't know. Yeah, I can't lie, I'm feeling a bit scattered. I have some tremors going on. I don't know. Torn between taking another nap, calling my GP about my migraine meds because I think they're causing the tremors, or also just calling my shrink to fix my brain. It's that kind of space we're in. Don't know what I want to do in here today. I don't know. You know when you're just having a weird time health-wise and you're not sure which part of your health is causing it? Like, that's where I'm at. I'm like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on in my body and my brain, but something is conflicting with something else, and now things are weird. Yeah, I don't know. I might just try and do this stuff. Oh, I will say I read a book called Anatomy, a Love Story by Dana Schwartz. I just finished it. And it was really fun. The gothic atmosphere of it was really good. But then I was reading, the ending was a bit lackluster, I will say that. And then I was reading reviews for the sequel, I think, or I was reading like people's thoughts on the sequel. With no spoilers, and they were saying that it was kind of a letdown because you don't find out what happened to the cliffhanger of the first book until you're like 60% through the second book. So a lot of people were saying that the second book really should have been like a novella, like a 1.5 book, rather than like a sequel. So now I'm not sure if I want to read it because that sounds kind of annoying. And apparently also the gothic atmosphere does not really transfer across into the sequel, which is such a shame because I think that's what I enjoyed most about the first book. And also the character that was the cliffhanger. So if there's no gothic atmosphere and we don't get to find out what happened to that character until 60% through the second book, I just don't know if I can be bothered, if you know what I mean. I'm not sure that I enjoyed the rest of it enough to want to keep reading it without those things. So I guess I'm taking book recommendations. I am at least reading again. I'm finally over my Crooked Kingdom, like, hangover. I'm not. I still think about it a lot, but at least I'm reading again. So if you have book recommendations, let me know. I feel like it's always very dangerous saying that because I feel like I've read the majority of the books I get recommended. Same with TV, like I just watch and read too much to be asking wildly for recommendations because I have to filter through 90% of them before I find the ones that I like haven't interacted with already, I guess. Especially because the ones people think will match me so much that I have already consumed them. So it's, yeah. But please recommend books because I am that desperate. So I feel like Goodreads is such a minefield. I guess I'm gonna do some of this book stuff today. This book stuff, not reading book stuff, because I am a bit lost and I guess this is how I ground myself. So yeah, I don't know, no one is here, I'm home alone, so I just wanted to come on and say hi because it's quiet. Yeah, I hope you're all having a better week than I am. Hope you're all coping with your stuff, with your horrors. I don't know, I'm gonna listen to some CDs, I guess, and I'm gonna do some stuff that makes me feel like a human. I probably should have gone outside today, but there were no films on in the cinema, and so I just really didn't feel like just walking around. It's one thing to walk the dog in the park, but now when I walk alone, I just feel a bit weird. And then if I go into town with nothing to do, there's nothing to do. So I don't really enjoy shopping recreationally. Also, it's silly, isn't it? Like, you're just spending money and for what? So I don't really do that. I normally would go and get lunch and see a movie for cheap, but there's no movies on today, which is a real bummer. I did check. I was looking for a listing for the new Dracula film, the Renfield film, but it's not on today at either of the cinemas. I also looked for the new Evil Dead film, but again, that's not showing. There's only a showing for the new Scream film, which I love the Scream franchise, but it's on at like 9:50 p.m. Like, who is starting a movie at 10 p.m? Not me. So that's not gonna work either. So we're just at home and things are weird, I can't lie, the vibes are not immaculate. But yeah, probably do some laundry, that would be a good idea. I'll put that on my to-do list. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna do some of this stuff. I'll show you whatever I do. If there's nothing to see, it's because I didn't do anything. But such is life, innit? It's just like this sometimes. I do think a lot about how every time things are a bit weird, I'm like, oh, this is so strange, I would like to be back to normal. And then now that I'm making these videos, it occurs to me how often I have weird times more than like normal times. And I'm like, oh god, this is probably just normal for me. Like, it's that reality again and again when you're disabled. It's like, your times are more weird than they are not weird. And like, when do you come to terms with the fact that that's just it? Like, that's how it is. And like, not in like a negative or a positive way, just like a, that's just how it is. Like, I don't know why every week I sit here and I'm like, it's so strange. Like, it's not really that strange. Like, I don't know. I don't know if you know what I'm trying to say. It's just, it's weird that when you have a disability or chronic stuff, like, you just are constantly coming to terms with it over and over and over again. Like, your limitations and your strange times and your energy especially. Like, you're just constantly coming to terms with it, just all the time. And I don't know, me personally, I never seem to learn. Every time I'm like, wow, this is so unusual. And then someone else in my life will be like, is it unusual? And I'll be like, oh, I guess not. But yeah, so that's where we're at. I will catch you later. I don't know if I'll talk again or if this will just be it this week. Not that I really offered you a lot, but there we go. I don't know. I probably need to start answering questions again. I don't think I have enough to say. Okay.
But overall, just like cute YA contemporary, I enjoy it. I read it.
So I didn't film anything yesterday because I still wasn't feeling so good. I am feeling better. I decided I would take a day to try and fix my head. Needless to say, it didn't work. Brains don't really work like that. You can't just decide to fix them. This is the brain that I have, and I don't hate it all of the time. So there we go. I have a brain. You can't just fix brains. This is the brain I was given, and it is the brain that I work with most of the time, just not recently. Yesterday, in the end, because fixing my brain didn't go as planned, instead I read the entirety of The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I think that's the author's name. It's the same author who wrote the Spiderwick Chronicles, which are books that I grew up with. I was telling my dad about it, and he found my old field guide. If anyone else had the Spiderwick Chronicles field guide as a kid, you're probably also autistic. The grip that book had on me, it was right up there with like the Egyptology and Wizardology books. I used to take it to school with me when I was in year 4, and it got so bad that my teacher had to ask me to stop bringing it in. She was like, you can't just bring in this fairy tale book instead of your math textbook, and I was like, I disagree, but okay. Anyway, I read The Cruel Prince in like 24 hours. Maybe less than that actually, but it was so good. Like, I had a really good time. I don't know why I'm so late to all of these books. I guess because I didn't really read a lot while I was at uni, so when these books came out I just wasn't really reading. I think the only thing I read a lot of in university was like Edgar Allan Poe, like for no reason. I'm just a stan. This is not how I thought this talking segment was gonna go. So I read The Cruel Prince, and it was really good. I recognised a lot of the creatures that she referred to from reading the Spiderwick Chronicles as a kid, which has been such a fun time. It's been such a fun time. I think Jude and Cardan are some of the funniest, most infuriating characters I've read in a while. Like, the grip these characters have on me. I don't know how some authors are so gifted with creating such strong characters. Like, I was only like 3 chapters into the book, and I was like, I understand what type of people these are. I don't know. It was good. I'm now halfway through the second book. It's called The Wicked King, I think. And I'm probably gonna finish that later. It's really good. It's very compelling. I'm having a good time. I thought I would fix my brain, but what I did was read more books. And now these books have been so good that I'm like, I definitely don't think I'm gonna read the second anatomy book. Especially if there's no gothic atmosphere. Like, what will be the point? So, yeah. I guess I'll read the rest of the books in this series, because there's a spin-off, isn't there? The Stolen Heir, I think, is a spin-off of the same series, so I'm going to read those too, I guess. I'm invested. What can I say? It's a very good world, and because it almost feels like an extension of the world from the Spiderwick Chronicles, it's very nostalgic, which is probably definitely playing a factor. But I feel like these books are well loved, and now I understand that it's for a reason. So I just wanted to talk about that because I read those and they were really good. I'm really excited about it. Yeah. Today I've been working on my planner. You're watching me do that. First, I caught up on my weekly pages, and now I'm making some more commonplace pages. And hole punching. Hole punching has become a very satisfying pastime, I can't lie. Someone in the video last week or the week before mentioned that part of the reason why I might have been so quickly drawn to Filofax is because if you think about it, it's a very quick extension of my need for tactile stuff recently. And I spoke to my dad about that for like an hour and a half. I was like, wow, like how did you connect those dots? Like, how did I not connect those dots? Because you were absolutely right. Like, that's so interesting. Like, that's a very keen observation. It feels like an obvious one, but I hadn't gotten there, so thank you for that. Yeah, I am having a big weird tactile phase. That is a fair point, between the cassette tapes and the CDs, and now my Filofax and my hole punching and my cutting and sticking and stuff. Like, it is very tactile. And I'm enjoying it. I don't know, maybe I did really need things to be more tactile. That aside, the main reason I wanted to talk right now, I think, is because I just wanted to say that I think I'm gonna make the digital planner pages, the printable planner pages that I've been using, available in the shop today. I got some feedback from my patrons, and it's been pretty good. I will make a daily page this evening, and I'll upload that for patrons and make that available before tomorrow for you guys. So there's a calendar page, and there's the weekly pages you've seen me using, and then I'll make a daily page as well that you can add the date to. There's also the brain drain page, which I'm using on screen right now, and then the one next to it on the right hand side is the commonplace page. So one just has the brain drain title and one doesn't, but the brain drain page also has the checkbox on the side, which is what I like. Obviously I made it for me, so it's a bit specific, but the commonplace page I think is general enough that you could just use it. What I'll probably also do is make a page without a margin at all, so it just has a header, and maybe also like a truly blank page as well, but I think I'll make those available tonight. The feedback from patrons has been pretty good. The only thing I will say is that because I have dyscalculia and because I'm a bit of a technophobe, really, I'm not very good with tech, I'm not very experienced. This whole thing has been very DIY and Procreate, like I talked about last week, I think. So if you need to resize things or move things around, you can and should do that. I won't be able to help you probably because I don't have those kinds of skills. Like, that's why it's so DIY. I have made some of the pages left-leaning and right-leaning for hole punches, but obviously you can tweak those if you need to. I hope that most of you already have the skills to do that if you're already using printable products from other people. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully you know how to use them, because I'm not very good at anything. Apart from that, I will also make the planner stickers available. There's a sheet in my shop of 4 pages of planner stickers. And I have made those transparent, so, which is what one of the major feedbacks was last time, was that they need to be transparent, so I did that. I'll upload those tonight too. I know I promised you guys some shop stuff this week, and someone asked me about it on Tumblr, and I was like, oh god. So, my brain has been sand, but I will upload the planner pages for you, and I will upload those planner stickers as well. I also have some prints I could upload, I think. I was looking on Procreate, I have some stuff that's like ready. So it's really not as complicated as I had let myself thought it all would be. So I'll try and make an effort to get all of those ready for you tomorrow, or today when you're watching. It's tomorrow for me. Yeah. Here I'm making some notes in the video about a new zine I might start working on. This is the only thing that came from yesterday trying to use my brain. I thought that I would make a tiny out-of-season Halloween zine. I keep joking on Tumblr that I can't think about Halloween stuff when people ask me questions about Halloween products. I'm like, I can't think about it yet, sorry, you'll have to come back, because like I can't risk going there when it's so far away, like I will lose my mind. But then I thought, my brain has turned to sand. I can't manifest, like I have ideas, but I can't seem to make them into anything, at least nothing worthwhile. Like when I sit down and try to think about them critically, or like how I could like actually make something out of an idea, manifest an idea, I just can't seem to think about it properly. I can't seem to work out what it would look like or what the steps should be to make it happen, kind of thing. So then I decided maybe instead of forcing myself to not think about Halloween, I would just think about it really hard instead and make an out-of-season product. I think I'm gonna make a little zine called, what's it called? Everyday Gloom, a self-care guide for out-of-season spirits. Which, like, when I say it out loud, I'm like, okay, you're a dork. But I think it could be fun. Just like a little out-of-season spooky guide, like how to have a spooky everyday, even when Halloween is still those 6 months away. We're closer to Halloween than we are from it now. Like, we're more than halfway there, so I think this is reasonable. I'm not justifying myself. This is my silly channel and my silly brain and my silly projects. So I'm gonna make a little Halloween thing. Hope it will be cool. I haven't done anything yet apart from make the front cover. And I don't know if I like it, so I can't show you. But I did that. This week I also finally finished the migraine gloomy, so I'll put that on screen and you can see it. It's not in the shop. I don't know how to add it, because when you add digital stuff to Squarespace shops, you can't you can't choose one from a list like you can when you sell physical products. So I would have to upload it just by itself, and then if I keep doing that for all the gloomies, it would just become so clogged up. So I need to sit down and think about how to do that. I guess I could release them in batches of 5, and then you would just have to buy 5 and discard the ones you don't want, but that doesn't really feel practical either. So there's something about that. It's on Tumblr if you want to go find it there and download it. Yeah, I'm making some notes about my potential future gloomy zine. I just feel like I need something to focus on is the problem. Someone on Tumblr said to me to just rest for a bit and see what happens, and I was thinking, like, I've been resting though. Like, I feel like I've been in perpetual rest for some time, while also doing a bit of work. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I do feel like my life is equal rest and equal work. The problem with everyone watching me do stuff online is that I'm only showing you my work. You're not really seeing my rest. So, like, I swear I do overwork a little, but I do also rest a lot. Like, I do a lot of just napping on the sofa. I feel like I need something to focus on. I need something to do, and I don't know. It's weird and hard, and like, as I said the other day in my long, weird, rambly bit about being disabled, like, it's just a weird thing to constantly be adjusting to. But I think maybe a little zine would be cute. The idea is that the zine would be printable, and then, like, you could hole punch it and it could go in the Filofax, because that's my fixation at the moment, I guess. I just think it would be kind of cool to make a printable zine that could go in a ring binder or in a planner, like something that small that you could print out and stick somewhere or tuck in somewhere. I don't know if I'll get it printed for people in the UK. We'll see. I'm really not there yet in the timeline of the project. But that's kind of my idea. So let me know if you're interested. Let me know what kind of thing you'd like to see in it. If you have thoughts on the gloomy zine, that little Halloween zine in May. Yeah. I guess I feel like I haven't done that much illustration work recently, apart from the ghosts and apart from my weird little planner pages. And I guess it would be kind of nice to stretch my little illustrative legs again, just a little. I don't know. I just feel inclined that way, I guess. But yeah, I'll stop rambling. Sorry, I just wanted to come and say that to you. I have made some stuff in the shop available, basically. So if you're watching this and you like the printable products, then check that out. Hopefully it's all going smoothly. If you have any issues or errors with printable stuff, send me your order number via email and let me know what the problem is, and I can help you try and fix it. Otherwise it's up to you. You have to try and fix it. Yeah, okay. I have no idea what I talked about at all this week, but thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you like my little Filofax book. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm interested in the ways that I can push it creatively, I guess. And I am 10 out of 10 down for the tactility of it all. I have been feeling a little weird about videos recently, so if you have requests for topics for videos or questions you'd like me to answer or ideas for specific videos, let me know, because I feel like I'm approaching a bit of a wall, I guess. Like, I don't feel like I've run out of ideas or that I'm burnt out, but I do just feel kind of a bit like, oh, we're doing this again today, if that makes sense. So let me know if you still like it and I'll carry on, because I do enjoy it, but I feel weird. I don't know. I feel like I'm not offering anything interesting recently, I guess is the problem. I guess I'm having a little crisis. So let me know if you like it or if you want something different for a while. But otherwise, I will leave you there. I hope you guys have a good weekend. I think I'm going to see my friends, which will be really nice because I've not been getting out the house. But there we go. Hope you had a good week. Hope you have a good coming week. Hope you have a lovely weekend. And thank you for watching and putting up with all of my nonsense.